Long story short, Mr. Brown ended up getting sentenced to life in prison, no parole for 25 years. He lost his appeal. The other one that you see right there, hugging that lady.
Good day, my wonderful friends. It's me again, the great. One more great countryman. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And click on another video. Now, this is a video that I did a while back on Canada. And since this channel here is called Countryman Canada, I re-edit it and I'm dropping it again. So I want you guys stay tuned and listen to this. And I want to big up 6 Degrees from outside of Canada, because this channel right here is in association with 6 Degrees. And remember, you see all of the pussy hole them of Canada, Countryman coming for you.
He died in Jamaica. He got a bullet on Darling Street. Somebody shot him and killed him. The other one, it was 4 of them. Brown got sentenced to life. This dude here right here, Gary, he beat the charge and got deported to Jamaica. The other guy, he got 15 years for manslaughter and made parole. And the 4th guy, the charges were dropped. Mr. Lawrence Brown is still sitting in jail in Canada. And if you don't believe me, you could Google it. Good day, my wonderful people. It's me again, the great countryman. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And make a shot. No, I'm only joking. Hit the notification button. Now, this case in front of you, when you look at the screen, you see a white lady. This lady name is Vivi Lamonis, and she was killed in 1994 in April. And the reason in Toronto, Canada. And the reason why I'm doing this case, all the guys that's involved in this case, right here you have Lawrence Brown. That's the one with the black and white photo. And he was the main trigger man. And all of these young men were Jamaicans. And this changed everything about Jamaicans in Canada, this case right here. So I'm gonna go into it, and like my uncle said, when you do certain things, the system makes a believer out of you. So follow this equation. Now I'm gonna focus more on this guy right here, the black and white picture. That's Lawrence Brown. Now it's a typical Jamaican story. Really sad. Now Mr. Brown and his family, his sister, came to Canada in 1976. His mother, Miss Pastor, she worked in the Royal Hotel. If any of y'all know Canada, you know Canada runs from sort of like a east to west. The 401 east and the 401 west. You have the West End, which is like Jane and Finch, Etobicoke, and places like those, and Jungle, and then you have the Eastern, which is Scarborough, Pickering, Oshawa, so forth. Now, this young man, Lawrence Brown, and his brother and sister came to Canada in 1976. Their mother ended up getting an apartment through the low rent subsidized, and they ended up in a place in Toronto which is called Jungle. Jungle is on the side of Eglinton Avenue West. Okay? Now, Mr. Brown went to an elementary school called Drewson Elementary School, and that's off the Ossington Avenue. Like I stated, the mother came to Canada in 1970, worked 5 years, then she filed for her kids and her husband. The husband came first, and then Mr. Brown, his brother, and his sister Donna came after. In 1977, that's when they moved to it's called Ontario Housing, in the Jungle side of town, which is Eglinton Avenue West, and it's a very, very terrible neighborhood. Mr. Brown, once he moved to that area, he linked up with some other Jamaicans, Gary Francis, Mark Jones, and O'Neill Grant. Now, part of the key equation for this is that all these guys came from Jamaica when they were young. Mr. Brown was 7. I think his brother was 9. And his sister was like 12. And these guys were 12, 11, and stuff like that. So, they hung out in Flemmo and sell drugs, and then go to the 560 club in Scarborough. It's a little dingy club, and a peer modeling and peer this and that. Them falling at the exact trap where most Jamaican and Caribbean people falling at. Follow the equation. Now, the neighborhood that Mr. Lawrence Brown is from, it's Lawrence Heights. And I made a mistake. It's not Jungle, it's Flemington Park. Now, another famous Jamaican came from that Flemington Park area too. Them call it Flemmo. Ben Johnson. That was the fastest runner in 1988, and he lost his thing because of a drug scandal. There was also an NBA basketball prospect coming from that neighborhood, and he lost everything because of sexual interference. So that neighborhood right there in Canada, and most of those neighborhoods, they're marginalized. If you ever saw a video on the ghetto in France and England, it's really the same thing in Canada, where immigrants are marginalized and just kind of put down into one big box. So a lot of Jamaicans and Caribbean people and black people who had their hopes and dreams when they came to the land of the opportunity just saw all that went straight downhill from living in these neighborhoods and being tormented by the police they call Fast Boy and Rama. You understand? So So that's what happened in those neighborhoods. We're gonna move on and get to it. So now about 1992, he started selling crack. Sorry. So the police them did not watch him from the elementary school in the neighborhood. Then after that, him and him friend them get charged for the Kentucky robbery, fried chicken robbery outlet, the beer store robbery, and the man then robbed 2 bingo hall, and them also robbed a pizza hut. So by 1993-94, my youth start go hard. You understand? Which brings us to this point. On Tuesday, April 5th, 1994, this lady, Miss Lemonis, and her friend from high school went to the Just Desserts to go eat some food. While they're in there, 3 young men came in. Lawrence Brown, Gary Francis, and O'Neil Grant. There was also another guy there by the name of Mark Jones. Now, they went into the Just Desserts, and I don't know if they panicked, but they robbed the place, and Mr. Lawrence Brown had a 12 gauge double action shotgun, and he shot Miss Vivi Lamones in her chest. She died 4 hours later at the Toronto General Hospital. Now, after the killing, they were put on video, because it was on video, and the government of Canada changed the immigration law because they realized all these guys came to Canada when they were young, but they were not citizens. They were all permanent residents. And back in the days when you got in trouble in Toronto, you would not be deported. You could go to jail and come back out. But after they shot and killed this young lady, Canada became a whole different place. Now, the immigration minister was brought into, I guess, Congress in Canada, and right away they made sweeping changes to the law. So this case right here is a real tragic case of what happens a lot of time to the Jamaican community and the Caribbean community when they migrate abroad. Long story short, Mr. Brown ended up getting sentenced to life in prison, no parole for 25 years. He lost his appeal. The other one that you see right there, hugging that lady, he died in Jamaica. He got a bullet on Darling Street. Somebody shot him and killed him. The other one, it was four of them. Brown got sentenced to life. This dude here right here, Gary, he beat the charge and got deported to Jamaica. The other guy, he got 15 years for manslaughter and made parole. And the fourth guy, the charges were dropped. Mr. Lawrence Brown is still sitting in jail in Canada. And if you don't believe me, you could Google it. And you could Google this story of Vivi Lamonis and the just desert killing. And this is a perfect example of what happened to a lot of Caribbean household people when they migrate and come to Canada and America and not understanding the system and getting caught up. So this is a textbook what not to do when you migrate, and we're not to live and we're not to bring your kids. Don't bring them to jungle, don't bring them to Flemo, Malcolm Eglinton and those places. Now people, remember, foreign is not a bed of roses, okay? And remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification button. Now make 2 shots for them youth your style. Countryman, I'm out.